said, baby, don't worry about me. I'm all right. She said, I'm all right. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. Ain't nobody gonna hurt me. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. She said, baby, ain't nobody gonna tell me how I'm supposed to live my life, where I'm supposed to go, or where I'm supposed to be at. And my mom has been that way her whole entire life.
It's your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm back with another episode of Hood Tales. In this video, let's take it to Jacksonville, Florida, to discuss the case of a beloved grandmother whose life was taken at a block party months after she testified in a criminal case. But before we get into this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit those notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. Also, this video is sponsored by me, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and my YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out and support me. I'll leave the link to it in the comments. Stay tuned until the end to hear the full story. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Cassandra Brown was a mother, a grandmother, a trusted friend, and a light in her Jacksonville neighborhood. But when she chose to testify as a key witness in a criminal trial, that light was extinguished just months later. Was her slaying a tragic coincidence, or was it a fatal act of retaliation? This is the story of Cassandra Brown, a woman who some would say did the right thing, but paid the ultimate price. 66-year-old Cassandra Elizabeth Brown, known to her friends as Shawty, was a bright spirit in her Jacksonville, Florida community. A woman who could turn any ordinary moment into a party, who made people laugh, who always had your back. Her presence lit up Grove Street, not with flash, but with heart. According to a longtime friend of Cassandra, she could be sitting on her chair minding her business, and next thing you know, a whole group of people is around her, talking, laughing, just vibing, because that's the kind of person she was.
Shawty was a fun little person. Every person that was around Shawty, they were around Shawty because she was Shawty. Shawty can come sit down right here and sit right there, mind on business, and before you know it, it's a table full of people sitting around her. But if I needed some money, I could step to Shawty. Shawty was the kind of person, she might say, come here, and see them on my face. Say, boy, you ain't coming, huh? You'll be all right. And she was like, oh, you ain't speaking today? I said, no, I ain't gonna do you like that. And walked through. That's the kind of person she is. Oh, you ain't speaking to me today? And I went over there and hugged her. Last time I talked to her.
But on June 16th, 2024, Cassandra found herself a witness to an almost fatal altercation on the very street she loved. A woman named Carla Hill, someone Cassandra had once known from a time they spent incarcerated together, rolled up on a bike, pulled out a firearm out of a grocery bag, and shot a man multiple times in his ankle and leg after a brief argument. Cassandra saw it all. She soon became a key witness, along with another woman who was also involved in the altercation with Carla Hill and the man. Carla's case went to trial in December 2024. During Cassandra's testimony, she described the moment Carla pointed the weapon at the man and said, "If you say anything else, I'll end you." When the man pleaded, "What you gonna do, Carla, shoot me?" she did. Cassandra went on to say how she tried to intervene and stop it from escalating any further. Cassandra testified she ran up to Carla and grabbed her arm and said, "Carla, you going to end this man?" But Carla kept firing, even spitting in the man's face before riding off on her bike. Due partly to Cassandra's testimony, Carla Hill, who was deemed a habitual offender, was convicted of aggravated battery and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. In January 2025, she was sentenced to life in prison. After testifying, Cassandra began receiving threats. Cassandra's son Calvin said one man, believed to be connected to Carla, targeted her aggressively. He said this individual chased his mother around his cousin's car with 2 firearms in his hand. He said he was going to end her life, and he came to her front door more than once. On May 10th, 2025, Cassandra called the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office to report vandalism at her home. Her lawn was trashed, her car tires deflated, her property clearly targeted. The police report even lists witness tampering as a related offense. Despite multiple calls and pleas for help, Cassandra wasn't given any protection. And even though she feared for her life, she refused to be pushed into hiding. Her son pleaded with her to leave the neighborhood, but she told him, "Baby, ain't nobody going to tell me how I'm supposed to live my life, where I'm supposed to be at." He said his mom's been that way her whole life. He was concerned for her safety and her life, but she said nobody wasn't going to do anything to her. But Cassandra's courage didn't come without a price. On the night of June 13, 2025, Cassandra Shawty Brown was doing what she loved, listening to music, surrounded by neighbors and friends during a lively block party on Grove Street. Then, in an instant, it was over. A single shot to Carla's head. In the middle of a crowd of over 100 people, her life was taken. The tragedy unfolded on the same street where she witnessed the crime she testified about, the same street where she was chased with weapons, the same street she tried to reclaim as her own. Her chair, the one she was sitting in that night, now stands as a memorial filled with flowers, candles, and grief. Despite all the warning signs, all the calls, all the reports, there were no arrests. And as of today, Cassandra's case remains open. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office confirmed she reported vandalism weeks earlier. Experts say local witness protection is limited, focused mostly on active trials. Once a verdict is read, the support often disappears. The state attorney's office and Jacksonville Sheriff's Office say the investigation is active, but Cassandra's family says more should have been done. They believe the threats were ignored, and now they are left to lay a woman to rest they say should still be here. According to a quote from the GoFundMe page her son set up, his mother was told she had to testify or face contempt. She did the right thing and still wasn't protected. Now she's gone. May Cassandra Shawty Brown rest in peace. My deepest condolences to her family and friends. I send them my well wishes. Her story is not just about tragedy. It's about community, courage, and a life lived unapologetically. Everyone who knew her says she was the kind of person who made you feel better just being near her. She wasn't afraid of anybody. She lived her life boldly. Her chair, the one that she was always sitting in, should still have her in it. Laughing, smiling, living. Her legacy now rests with her loved ones and a community that refuses to let her be forgotten. I'll leave the link to the GoFundMe page in the description if you feel inclined to help Cassandra's family financially. But fam, I want to know your thoughts on this heartbreaking story. Do you believe Cassandra's slaying was a deliberate retaliation or a tragic coincidence? Could this have been avoided? Let me know in the comments below. Alright fam, that's it for this episode of Hood Tales. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, consider liking and sharing. Subscribe for more stories like this and for the stories behind the headlines. Because behind them all is a family forever changed. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times. Until next time.